Lapaz Lounge. I am your host, Lakeisha Sampson, where it's a safe space for conversation.
I'm John Goldsmith. Welcome to Lapaz Lounge, where it's a safe space for conversation for mental health.
So y'all, I'm Big Young, aka Young, aka LaShawn. Welcome to the Lapaz Lounge, where it's a safe space for mental health. Y'all know what it is. Hey man, be yourself.
Arcadia. I'm down here at Lapaz Lounge, where it's a safe space for conversation. Come down and get at my people and free your mind.
Welcome to the Lapaz Lounge. I am your host, Lakeisha Sampson, and today we have three special guests. We have the man of Arcadia again that's joined us. We have my classmate, I know him by LaShawn Johnson, but you know everybody called him Yummy. And a close family member of ours, close to the family, John Goldsmith. What else? The girl, she's like John. I'm like John. I don't know about no John. I know about John Goldsmith. All three of them, special, and so I'm just glad to have me in here today, especially on the Lapaz Lounge, where it's a safe space for conversation. So, welcome.
Appreciate you for
Yes. So, earlier, me and the man of Arcadia, we were just talking about life. He shared some things about trauma that he experienced being shot. And man, I'm just listening to John tell him he done been shot and stabbed, man. What was it? Was it an altercation or
Wrong place, wrong time.
yeah, same thing with you. Wrong place, wrong time. Yeah. Was it just innocent? You just happened to be the suspect.
Well, the first time I got stabbed, it wasn't that. It was on West Side, right in Ruston.
Okay. It was an altercation?
It was a beef between East End and West Side.
Oh, wow.
Before they feel that shonage right there, I got jumped through the other side. I got hit with a pitchfork, and somebody hit me in the head with some vice grips and bust my head right here.
Wow. So, how old were you?
11, about to be 12.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
That's why I was staying next to with G now, because I had no place to stay. Mama was gone by then.
Yeah. And so the second time you said you was stabbed, and then the second time
the first was shot. Second time stabbed.
Wow.
And then got stabbed again.
So you been stabbed twice. Yeah. Both of them was, well, you said you had altercation with some same thing you was dealing with, like a clique thing, a side set, you ain't been shot, have you?
No.
Yeah. So, how has that affected you? You said, but dealing with as a young teenager, adolescent, you're not even a teenager yet, being shot, stabbed twice. Then I remember John, you've been making babies. How old was you when you had your first child? Woo!
13, gonna be 14.
Yeah, man, you just out here just living your, what you say, man, living your best. He was living his best. How old was you when you had your first child?
I was old enough.
Yeah, you were 13, baby having a baby. Yeah, man, yeah. So how did that make you feel, John? Being shot, how did you look at life, or being a father too? You didn't know anything about fatherhood.
The gang stuff. When you get shot or get stabbed, it make you invincible.
Yeah. It
kind of made me feel like I ain't scared of nothing.
Yeah.
But that was the trauma to my mama being taken away. Yeah. So once she got taken away.
And I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't even know. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah, that's why I started.
You said your mom was taken away.
So my dad passed, my grandmother passed, my mom passed. It was back to back. So I guess she had a breakdown. So they came and they took her away. Yeah. But they left me there.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So all that stuff kept happening. I had to grow up. That's how I kind of met everybody. Go to his house, get a plate, go stay up the street.
Survival mode. Yeah.
So it just, you go through all that stuff, it just puts you in the realm of like, what's the worst that can happen now?
Yeah.
And Asia, having Asia at a young age, she saved my life.
Man, I love Asia. Shout out to Asia. Yeah, she's if you want your makeup done, shout out to Asia. What's her name on Facebook?
Asia McLaughlin.
Shout out to Asia McLaughlin, yeah. So yeah, man, John, I just appreciate you sharing it. But this is my classmate. Like I told you all, I knew about LaShawn. We called him Yum in high school, but me and LaShawn used to we used to act a fool in school. Yeah, and it's still love. That's
still the same.
The thing about I can say about our classmates right to this day, it's still love. We make we always find a way to come together, and just to find a way that you and I connected this way. We've been knowing each other just through classmates, but just another Yum is doing another whole another level now. He's an author now, man.
Yeah.
But I know that one thing you and John are really close.
Yeah.
And just from the same neighborhood, the community Grambling, right? Y'all have some similarities that y'all dealt with. You lost your mom first, right?
Yeah.
Then last year, was it last year? You lost your mom first, and just, man, the accomplishments. Well, you had already accomplished a lot, and so have you. But I know y'all relation. Does that make you all relationship? You know, I know y'all consider like best brothers. Yeah. Yeah. So did that make y'all? Because you experienced that. So how was you able to hold your brother at the time when he lost his mom, and that y'all had some similarities? Because you lost your mom
July 5th, 2022.
Oh, it just made
43.
Oh man, oh wow. And so how was that, you know, losing? How did you help your brother strengthen him?
I ain't gonna lie to you. You might not, you know, we've been losing so many people. Them phone calls, you know, from grandmothers to uncles to aunts to classmates to players.
Yeah, man, we lost a lot of classmates.
Just feel nothing.
Yes.
Don't even make you hurt. You just cry.
Yeah. No, too. No. Yeah. Man, when I had got the news, I think I heard it. John, I saw your mom, but Young when I was more. I think we was closer than I was closer than Young to you, and just to hear that he had lost his mama, but you was coping with it so well though, because you still a Facebook comedian. And that was your way to cope.
Yeah, and that's what everybody. When I talk to people, that that's what the first thing they wouldn't even know I was going through that.
Yeah.
But it was because I still have I ain't gonna say it's a pride thing, more so of a thing of everything not for the internet and stuff. So it was like, I'm gonna continue to act normal, and people don't even know for now. I mean, those that knew for 9 months. I was at the hospital every single day. I was going to work, getting off of work, going to Monroe, going to Shreveport, wherever she was at, and sitting there for hours until it was time for me to go to sleep to get ready for work the next day. So at that time, social media was my therapy. You know what I'm saying? I could sit there, I'd be and cry for 2 hours.
But get on Facebook and crack a joke. Yeah.
Crack a joke, and it'll unwind me for a minute. But that was a different experience. I had lost my grandpa, grandma, stuff, but my mom was.
That's different.
It was just really different because I watched her
grieve.
Same with you,
It was same with you. I watched you,
and I was with him when his.
I remember.
It was really different. And I like I said, I remember hearing it, and then I was like, well, I didn't even know it's. I kind of heard it. Thinking our little Facebook group that we got. I mean, not a Facebook group, our group that we have. And I saw the classmates like, man, my condolences to you. Man. I'm like, what happened? His mom. But hey, I mean, I'm so sorry. I didn't talk about it. Her being sick as much because it hurt me so much. Every time I couldn't really talk about it. Because I got so emotional about it. So. I tried to stay away from those conversations. People say, how your mama dog? She But in actuality, she was declining. You know what I'm saying? So it was a little different. It was hard to talk about. I could talk about it now. But it was hard to talk about going through.
Especially when it's fresh. Let me ask y'all three, since I got 3 men here with me today. We all, and you probably heard me say this a lot. I don't know if you all been watching my podcast with the men that we did have. I know when my husband was initially on here, we talked about men and mental health. And you saw like a couple of weeks ago, I had 2 guys on, and they stated that people don't take men seriously for their mental health. How do y'all feel about being vulnerable? You stated that, man, you cried for 8 days, and you said that on live. And you said that it was a pride thing.
Well, as far as it being vulnerable, that's a different, because
it's okay
everybody know I'm an advocate for that. I'm gonna tell men to cry. I'm gonna tell you to be weak. All that stuff, you need to be emotional, because I'm breaking that mold of you're not supposed to cry or suck it up and stuff. I talked about that on Facebook before, like that whole suck it up mentality and stuff. Now, if you're a man, I done told John before, man, cry. Let's sit. We can sit here and cry together. We can sit here and cry together. If that's what you want to do. You can cry with me. It ain't finna be no outside show. I ain't finna make a mockery of you. Nah, I want you to be emotional, because that stuff is better out than in, and that's the problem. That's why we be so outraged, not outraged, but raged and angry, because we built up, because we not letting that stuff out.
You was taught, I don't know if you was taught, man,
man like that in Arcadia, I don't know if your dad is involved or just an uncle or whatever. You hear like, man, you don't supposed to cry, be tough, you know. And so we build that like, you know, guard up, you know. So you all.
It's mostly a generation thing.
Yeah.
Like everybody this generation laugh, joke, play, and you know, I am but 34, but when I remember coming up in the late 90s, early 2000s. Everything was more serious.
Yeah.
Like that's what's wrong with 2025. Nothing serious.
Yeah.
Like nothing is serious. Like you just say, like both of those guys, they've been my role models for 20 years. They'll tell you. They've been knowing me since I was 10.
Yeah.
I was in his classes my whole life. So I know more about him. He know about me than a lot of people know him. And back then, everything was more serious.
Yeah.
You know, I could come to John and cry. I could come to Yum and cry.
And y'all didn't look at it different. But would you say this is certain people?
But it's a generation thing.
So would you go around Big Three and be vulnerable with the twins versus going around them? Would you feel?
I mean, the twins my age, so you know, I would rather Young or John, somebody older.
Yeah,
you know? I cry to them. They don't, you know, we don't all have stuff going on, but we the same age.
Yeah,
we live the same life.
Yeah.
So it's mostly better to hear from an older male figure, you know. Yeah. But today, that's the biggest problem with the world. It's nothing serious.
Yeah.
Like he just said, his mom passed. His mom passed.
Yeah.
I still have my mom.
Yeah.
But you have somebody like another person of my caliber with a mom and think, oh shit.
Or you can emphasize your brother.
And don't care at all. It's just a new generation. It's all about the generation. Just doesn't change
until it happens to you.
Until it's you. Until it's you. It's all fun and games until it's you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's just an era thing now.
Yeah, and I think that to piggyback over that, the era is terrible with not taking serious. See.
You talking about serious with men or just period?
Just period. Just in general about a lot of stuff that's supposed to.
Yeah, I agree.
Our generation, like, you know me, I'm childish.
Yeah.
Like, but I can decipher, serious moments and playtime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I play a lot on social media, but if we sitting in a room and this man pouring his heart out about his injuries, he pouring his heart about his mom, you pouring your heart out about things. What I'm laughing about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing funny in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's why I say more mature.
Yeah.
I can call him and say, John, this happened, call John or call you and say this happened. But if I call one of my friends, it's laughing, playing, it's a different.
Man, I'm enjoying this conversation with these men,
Because it's going to be like, it'll be like, let's say a man got shot in the ass, alright?
Yeah.
But whatever, alright?
Yeah.
Hold up.
Safe space, he did.
I want to show him so.
Give another scenario. Okay, look. Because he did technically.
Nah, initially.
We ain't laughing at you guys.
Right.
But you got funny. I call you up and say,
when you talk about it, I'm not going to laugh at you because I need to know if you're okay.
Yeah.
But serious. Now, after all of the storm blow over and stuff, and we see that you're okay, now it's coming to your you lay on your stomach. Stuff like that. That's how I look at it and then sometimes laughter can't ease the mood.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, you're not supposed to tell nobody how to cope through trauma and grief. Yeah. You can't tell them how to grieve and how to cope.
And how long to grieve. Don't you hear it's gonna be alright.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. So for some people, laughter might be, their way to cope and stuff. But if I see that, then I'm with you.
Yeah.
But if I see you all emotional stuff, I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. But if I see that laughter is your thing, now we can get the ball rolling with that.
Yeah.
Because for me, I was extremely sad, on the inside of my mom. But when I went around them and stuff, it was still jokes.
Did you feel like he was trying to cope, or can you kind of sense? When you close to like me and my best friend, we could be around each other because I've been around, so I can know when she off about something. Yeah. Could you tell when he was off, or he just had a way of just hiding it and covering it up?
Couldn't hide it from me. When he called, I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
I saw his number on each occasion. And then you could hear in his voice.
Yeah.
Smooth on out. And the same for me when I called him.
Yeah. And that's good that you have those accountability and that friend. Y'all more like you said, brothers. And just to hear a man say he looked up to you guys, the impact and that y'all have and that comfort zone. So yeah. Man. So Yummy has a book. Tell us about your book, Yummy.
Alright, so
what we call you, Yummy LaShawn? What you want me to call me? Big y'all.
You call me
What you want me to call me?
You call me Yummy. So the book is It's called Polymede. That's to catch the attention of the reader. But it's the 48 Laws of Young Men Relationships and a Guide to Real Love. This book, I ain't gonna give it up, but I wrote 48 laws based off of observations and experiences and things that I listened to for about, I started this project, about 3 years ago?
I remember.
About 3 years ago.
I remember. Because you was talking
I was saying polymede is a joke on saying I want polygamy relationships and stuff, so I shortened it to polymede as a joke. No, it's
yes,
I'll take it.
What you want?
I'll take 2, but I took it and shortened it, and I started a little trend. How I do on Facebook, just creating stuff. But so now this book here, in all seriousness, it does explain ways to handle relationships and stuff, and to go about it through breakups and stuff like that. And it's a little plot twist.
Come on, teach us, young.
It's a little plot twist.
Can you give us just a little?
Okay, so I'm gonna open the book and whatever random law it open on.
And elaborate on it. And we don't piggyback off on it. Okay.
I just give up. Alright, Law 32, ending in new beginnings. You know, it say Law 32 is for the ones who know how to let go without losing themselves. This ain't just about heartbreak. It's about release, rebirth, and walking away with your head high and your soul intact. Whether it's the end of a situationship, relationship, or some on and off BS that needed to die 3 summers ago, this chapter is about turning that ending into a beautiful new beginning. So, when you read it, it's going to elaborate on, every breakup and all that stuff don't have to be ugly.
Yeah.
But for the most part, all of our stuff is ugly.
Yeah.
We turn it to ugly. We turn to drama. Matter of fact, social media plays a part. A big part when you do a breakup. Beautiful relationship all through social media.
So when you break it, you want to throw out the dirty stuff.
You want to do all this the things you start, especially women. Y'all know what listen, y'all know what first thing y'all love to talk about is man size after you.
I don't do stuff like that.
Now he was the happiest person, but then soon as all this stuff, he sleep with his drawers and his whatever the case, you start saying all this silly stuff.
Man, I saw some crazy last week.
Men do it too. I ain't gonna. This book
you think when men you guilty of doing that, trying to shine your exes or whatever?
You do it all.
Hey,
you do that kind of girl.
Here's the most emotional.
What you be doing? What you mean? So you don't get out there and talk about everything? I remember you used to sleep with
Don't break my heart.
He'll let it be known.
I don't think like that.
That's how the book expands. It gives you a rundown on why or why not you shouldn't be doing the things. And understand, this 48 laws of what I've experienced, what I've observed, the stories I heard from y'all about different relationships from people I know. I just sit and took all that in, and I created this. It's gonna come with rebuttals and stuff, but a lot of that is gonna be. It's gonna be a lot of shock factor. Like, damn, I thought about that before, but now I'm seeing it on print. It's like, damn, I really need to try that. See, we need to work on. Like I say I think somewhere in the book I say this is not your granny relationship. It's not that old way of how relationships look.
I say that right from the day, our relationship,
If we gonna be honest, elders went through some BS.
They did. The ones you said been together for 80 years. They probably was together 80 years, but I mean they probably was legally together 80 years. But 75, granddad was out doing his thing.
Grandma worked like that because there wasn't no media.
And they tell but let me ask you this. What's y'all thoughts about this? Just work it out for the kids, or just tough it out.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I talk about that anyway.
Man, did you feel like because you got 2 of the kids the same age? Was it? Look at me, threw a little shade. Jonathan, but I'm just saying is, do you feel that we should work it out for the children?
I'm gonna tell you, it's mostly. Once trust is broken, you got nothing.
Yeah.
Once a relationship is about trust, understanding, and once you don't have trust, you have nothing. So even if you want to work it out, it's not gonna be nothing still because you're not gonna trust her, she's not gonna trust you. It's just y'all trying it and just making yourself hurt more, hatred more. You just doing it for no reason now because you got some people that can handle it. I might can forgive you, I might can.
Yeah.
But it's a different world. It's tough now because, like you just said, when a man get cheated on, it's Lord. You can't take it. Men can take it. Yeah. We can't take it. I'm telling you now, we can't take it. So we can do all the stuff we want to do. You know, because I've experienced that myself. Yeah. I'm speaking from my experience. Yeah.
So when you heard it, don't hurt you. He said don't hurt you.
When it happened to me, I just knew. But as I got older though, and knew, like, you know, when we're mature because I ended up having 3 daughters. So now.
So you didn't. So you weren't trying to just work it out. You feel like if it ain't working out, let me just free. I don't. Because you feel like you hurt the relationship staying if the trust is broken, or just staying.
You just hurt yourself more. Yeah. Like people don't speak on it, but you just hurt yourself more because you don't trust that person anymore. Yeah. There's nothing there. Without trust, you have nothing. That's even friendships. Yeah. Your friends steal from you. You know, do anything you don't, you know, it's all about trust. That's how I can be in a relationship with y'all my whole life. Y'all never did nothing to me. I don't have a reason not to trust y'all. John never did nothing to me. I have a reason not to trust him. But when you do something, that's why I say it ain't got to be just a relationship. It can be a friendship. It'll never be the same. You'll never look at that person the same. Because happiness is the best way to live.
So what you think, John? How many babies you have, John? 3, 4, 3? 3. So what do you feel like? Do you feel like sometimes it's best to work it out, or if you're not happy? Or did you ever feel that was you in a relationship? I mean, I'm not, if I'm overstepping my boundaries, was you ever in a relationship with? Okay. So did you feel like in one of your relationship with your children, with your daughter's mom, that you wanted to work it out for the sake of the kids or the child?
I was first go round.
Yeah, that don't count. Yeah.
The second go round, no, because we had a mutual understanding. I feel like in relationships, I'll fight for a marriage. Or like we're dating.
So you was easy to part easily, yeah.
Yeah, like it happened, whatever, and it ended, and it wasn't well, let's just try to figure this out. Yeah. Hey, take care of your child. Take care of the child.
So y'all able to co-parent? Yeah. So we ain't like grandparents. I said that one time in my marriage. Now, you know, I no shade to my husband because I love him dearly. Right. But you know, sometimes he always say fight. You know, which we don't have any problems. But you know, sometimes he just like you don't give up easily. Yeah. But my thought is, none of y'all are married. So I'm married. So, but what if you're not happy or?
I'm in love. I'm married.
Oh man.
We in love, we married. See, on difference is we don't have a ring and say, I do. That's the only difference. Yeah. My love is for you. I mean, when you met your husband, you know, y'all clicked, y'all got tight, y'all fell in love. Yeah. And then you got married. Yeah. See.
So you supposed to. So let me ask you. So you supposed to tough it out if she go out and cheat, or he go out and cheat, a baby get involved, or some kind of infidelity. That's what I said. So you think, Grandpa, we supposed to tough it out? What's your thoughts? Is that in your book?
That's in my book.
What you think?
And it's funny because I talk in the sense of relationships. It goes for marriages too. Yeah. The rules and principles that I created, or they're common rules and whatever for relationships that most people don't even follow. But what I did is expound on that because of those things. I looked into that, the thought of that, how our grandparents did, the grandma, or mainly grandmas, because grandmas were the ones that was out in the field doing the work. So they worked, they sat through a lot of stuff, you know.
That's how grandmas did, was just stay at home and
and then the grandpa go out, so you know. You don't have to sit through that. They didn't have to sit through that. It just wasn't as understood back then. With the way the world is now, with the media access and the things that you can see and stuff, you don't have to sit through nothing. Yeah. I talk about setting boundaries, personal relationship and everything, non-negotiables, all these type of things and if the woman don't want to deal with your non-negotiables or your boundaries, or the man, then so be it.
I bet you ain't got this in your book, and let me hear y'all thoughts. You know, you're not married, but hypothetically, and I guess I'm talking for a marriage perspective, but just say you find that girl. Let me hear, what's the first thing that you all think that y'all need to discuss before spending life for your partner or your partner? I want to hear from you. What do y'all think when you get a wife? What's the first thing y'all need to talk about?
How many people you slept with?
Okay.
That's out the gate.
Out the gate, okay.
I need to know your back sheet.
Okay.
Your track sheet.
So this is before you say I do or make her your significant.
I need to know what's going on before I say I do. And if I do you, and I get 30 calls and texts and say you was the neighborhood friend, I'm hurt.
If you heard one of your homeboys had her 6 years ago.
Oh man, I'm hurt.
Oh. You don't show number. What about you, Young?
To piggyback on what he said, I don't look at, because, and this might be listen. I've always had this theory in this life. If you want to know what your old lady that you have potential with was like in her past, go to a high school homecoming.
Yeah.
Or college. If you walking with her and people get the point that
ain't true.
It's not a literal thing, it's a figurative thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because
what if she was just a sneaky freak?
They're gonna tell you.
They know what I'm saying?
She was a sneaky freak, but the people don't know how to keep their mouths shut. So, but like I said, that's a figurative thing. It's not a literal, but if you want to know, man, if we, let's say I'm 42 right now, right? And I meet a girl that's 38, amazing woman, all the qualities, all the features that I might have looked for, or whatever. Can't really hold her past. I can be annoyed about her body count or something, but unless she's still doing it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if she was 25 going live, I ain't necessarily gonna turn her around. You know what I'm saying? If she was 25, she's 38 now, so she had 13 years to clean it up.
25 going live, 38, she ain't late.
But that's why I speak on it as in it's a different era.
Yeah.
It's a different era. Like you said, back then,
y'all was still touching what I want, but look, say what you guys say, and I'm here judge, but that ain't what I want to say.
I know what you want to hear, but that ain't how it go. But all I'm saying is, that's why I say, really, it's the era. See, they're older than me. They,
I'm gonna put y'all on. I'll be me and you 42. I'll be 43 next month, but I'm gonna put y'all on. Cause I'm a bed and I'm OG.
Oh yeah.
I'll put y'all. And I'm married. Yeah. I'll put y'all. Yeah, I ain't that old now. Slow. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying
older.
They're in the same tax.
Elaborate on this.
It's a decade.
If you look at your tax, the tax bracket is 35 to 45. You the same generation.
I'm 25 to 35.
John, what you got to say?
With the body count thing, man. Because I was young. I did.
Yeah, of course we all got. Yeah.
So I can't really, really look at her like, she.
So you saying if you met super freak Keisha, you'll marry her?
But see, when was she super freak Keisha?
That's what I'm saying.
You talking about college years?
Now you 37 and you still,
So let me ask you one question. I asked Chris like when Young said, or she said, and they pull up to the school dance or at the age of 40, and everybody say, he was super cute freak. How would you feel?
So let me.
How you gonna put your head down?
Like she said.
So let me piggyback off that real quick. This actually happened.
Y'all still ain't touching on whatever. I'm finna put y'all on some game.
Yeah, explain so I can.
Yeah,
we went to high school with somebody, and somebody, whatever case may be in high school.
Yeah.
And so we left the club and it's 2 in the morning. Everybody used to go to Walmart,
Right.
And we saw, situation with the dude.
Right.
And we like, oh shit.
I didn't hit
you don't know.
Yeah.
So
y'all know about that knowledge.
Yeah. It's a natural thing. A natural thing.
And she don't hook up how
you don't know he ain't gonna be out with super Keisha freak.
Yeah.
You know he not.
Yeah.
You know he not.
I might not be out with him. I ain't gonna.
Go ahead.
My key is though with that is just if she humble. Like I married somebody like my mama. Not like, per se, but just humble. And it's hard to find humble people in 2025. Just be humble. Be out the way.
Yeah.
Love the Lord.
Yeah.
And you good to go. Now, like I said, I can't say nothing to you because I started at this age and that ball went the road.
Yeah.
So you might look at me like, shoot, that man done did this, but that was.
I guess I should ask some more. We should ask some more women here because neither one of y'all saying what y'all should say. And this better be in your book.
Okay.
But if you don't, you need to go edit it.
Explain it. I'm gonna go in.
Okay, so the first thing, if you're looking for a significant other, and especially to somebody you dating, first of all, you want to see where they are, what they think about financially goes. Or they do a little money.
That's in there. So I was gonna touch on. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just piggybacking to let men know it's okay to talk to. Don't let that be a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Not at this age.
Yeah, because everybody got a pass.
So I talk about that financials, boundaries, non-negotiables.
Yeah.
All these things are things that you, especially at this point, because well, all of y'all, I ain't really experienced, but all of y'all have experienced things that to where any new relationship you start now, you not gonna wanna. You ain't gonna find. You not gonna wanna deal with that stuff you dealt with at 28, 29.
Of course
you know
not.
what I'm saying? So
that's why.
And financials is a big one.
And when I say financial, no, I don't want you thinking that I gotta talk to him because he whatever athlete or he got money. But how he good or how she good with money? You know, what your dad look, man. Okay. Check out the reality. I got you. But those are things you got to look at. And I'm just trying to tell y'all this: when you get a woman, man, when you get your next boo, you know what I mean? And you know, just those things. Listen to them how they talk when she's with, and vice versa for the men. I mean, for the women, you want to look how he is financially. Is he good with money? I don't like a gambler. That's I hate a gambler. Yeah. I don't gamble. I hate it because I'm real. I'm a stewardess with my money.
Yeah.
Goals in life. So 5 years and it's 2025. Your mind should be 2020.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know. I need to know what's your plan in life.
Yeah.
So those are things I feel like, and you know, you should look. Look, we done jumped. How we get on this?
But see, let me ask you a question. So you saying basically this is what you said. You meet Uncle Luke.
Yeah.
and you know Uncle Luke.
Yeah.
You know what Uncle Luke I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You'll marry him.
Yeah.
Would you?
Talking about Uncle Luke right now, I'm slow. Talking about
Uncle Luke. Exactly. That's what
No, I'm saying like, okay, now don't get me wrong.
That's what we said.
No, you can always build with a person. You can say something.
If you knew Uncle Luke, who Uncle Luke was and what he is, would you marry Uncle Luke? Exactly.
I won't marry
That's all we said.
I don't care what Uncle Luke.
Because you knew before. You know, that's why we said what.
But he might that made with Uncle Luke but if he Uncle Luke now in this day and his mind frame, he business minded, we can help each other build. That's the thing you supposed to look at and be like, is that in your book?
Yeah,
you want to build. Yeah. Look at me, I got excited.
Because the thing is, for all of us mainly, you included, man, because we have to start looking at those things now, which is why I talked about that, because when you was 21, 22, you thought of long-term learning. Those weren't even things that you was looking for. You know?
Wasn't it?
But it's very important because you got Lapaz, might have all your stuff together, everything. Like you said, your plan, and then you meet we'll use Trent as an example. Yeah. You meet him and he doesn't fit that mold that you were thinking. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So how do you go from that? Do you accept that?
So that's a great, and let me tell you this. So my husband, you know, you probably know Bird. Everybody knew him from Bird. You know, I didn't know the Trent that they know. Yeah. I didn't know him. I met him as Trent. I was still, like I said, if y'all watched my first podcast, there was a lot of things that I was still hearing as the relationship grown. We'll be married next month 8 years. Okay, but Trent came from you wouldn't even just looking at him. I would never thought he was this wild guy. I mean, in the past, he sold drugs. Yeah. You know, so when he came out, he knew it was fast money, how to get it out the streets, how to do this, how to do it. Me, well, you know, we was two different hustlers. That's why we worked it out. He was a hustler, like Trent was good with them numbers, he good with math, so he was able to balance me. Well, I had I'm gonna put a plan together and I'm gonna execute it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He gonna tell me how to. That's why we kind of balance each other out. Yeah, he gonna tell me how to make the money and flip the money. When I say flip the money, well, baby, you should do this. So he came from a world where he knew the street. Well, I knew the books and the
perfect couple.
Yeah, the perfect. So that's why I said we balance each other out because even though he don't have and he had all that. He lost his college degree, college scholarship just to live the street life. He went to jail for whatever, whatever. But he was. My husband is so smart, and I'm just not trying to make it. He is so, and not just book smart. I mean, street smart. He can articulate and can fall in within the conversation. So a lot of times he really taught me a lot of things. Like even though the business, I knew the business, but he knew the business. It was so we kind of balance each other out for as our relationship. So when we first got together, like I had to tell Trent, he didn't know. Shout out, baby, I ain't no shade. He didn't know nothing about credit score. Yeah. I told him, baby, I don't care how much money you got in your pocket. If your credit ain't good, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You got, if you gonna go buy something, you got to.
But see, he was willing to.
Yeah.
He didn't know. Take that walk to learn. That's beautiful. That's okay.
Yeah.
But what do you let's say if Trent wasn't willing to do that at the time? How do you move forward? Do you because you like him? Do you keep it going? Because he don't know you help him, but he don't.
I want them women like you got to find your partner. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like I said, you talk about financial growth, but if this is sometimes people just don't know. And so I was willing. It's like a lot of stuff he helped me out, but it's a lot of stuff we educated each other. So so we weren't perfect, but we kind of balanced each other because there was a lot of stuff that I'm street too. I'm I'm girly, but I wasn't But and that was like he was like I can kind of doubt. But he knew the street, which I'm from the hood. People, I'm from West Side. I'm from the hood. But we balanced each other out. We educated each other. We was kind of like, okay, well, baby, let's get this. Let's get your credit. But he didn't have bad credit. He just didn't have no credit. He didn't have no credit. So it was like, okay, all he knew was let's do this. But I can come to Trent for baby. What you think about this plan? So I was willing to work with him. We balanced each other out because sometimes as women, you also got to be a man. And that's another thing. You gotta let a man be a man. So I was able to, some of the stuff that I had to humble myself because I was always, I took care of myself. But I had to humble myself and let him listen and let him lead me. And so we kind of like educated ourselves.
That's perfect.
So that there's a lot of things in the relationship. But what y'all thoughts on that? I ain't no perfect woman, but you just got to find your balance because you have to just kind of be able to grow.
So for me, with like financial issues,
that's a big factor,
right? But for me, I come from nothing, right?
Me too.
Completely broke and stuff. So this is the thing for me with relationships. For me, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the business of looking for love. You know what I'm saying? Love over everything. I know a lot of people now, social media has conditioned us to not want unconditional love. We want love with conditions, a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still kind of old school with that. I still want the unconditional love. Money isn't going to be a factor for me on how I decide to settle down. I ain't saying we got to be broke. I ain't saying we can't work. I'm just saying you don't have to be rich for me to.
That's right. That's me.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So by me wanting love, money is gonna be a discussion that's had because I do need to see where you at, especially with what I got.
I might be successful. You probably won't take out my money.
You know what I'm saying? So I do have to get that understanding first. But I definitely, my goal is love me. You know what I'm saying? Love me, love my flaws, all this stuff.
So I can help you.
We can work through that. So money is a light issue for me. I do need to know that it's there.
How you good?
You know what I'm saying? Like, can you hold it down if something happens with me and my money or whatever the case?
Whatever the case.
So that's how I look at it. But I won't let it be.
But it might be that go live girl.
You know what I'm saying?
So you don't want no go live.
Keisha might have. Her stuff together.
She was super freaking 21. She was 21. Say another name.
I thought about it while ago.
Say Tamika or somebody.
Well, let me tell you, see,
super freak Courtney.
I'm gonna tell you like you just said. With me, I never.
I ain't super freak.
I was just thinking about that a while ago. I swear I was thinking.
Super freak Courtney.
I'm gonna say something about me, but even with the financial situation.
Tamika.
It never mattered to me. I always took care of myself.
I
never cared. Even if I met a girl who wasn't financially stable, like you gonna get with me, you gonna be financially stable. Even if you got nothing, I'm gonna make sure you're okay. Like that's how I always looked at it. For 33 years and the last 15, I raised myself. I took care of myself.
So you got that provided.
If I met her and she doesn't have nothing, I'm gonna make sure she got something.
That's right.
So I mean, I like you and I care about you.
So she can't be super freak Courtney.
Nah, she can't be super creep for it. No.
So the only reason money has to be in that conversation, though, man, because I get where you coming from, because that would be me. I get my ass.
She can't be. So you would rather. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I forget.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you rather, so she don't have to work. Your woman don't. You want to take. You want to just like she can just take all your money and I mean you just what?
I'm gonna tell you, I was raised dad to take care of. And I still like that today. I can go meet a girl tomorrow.
So you teaching your daughters? What you teaching your well they young, they don't know, but as they get a teenage, a 16, they gonna probably eventually want to start dating.
But see, I live different from what I teach them. I teach them I'm gonna teach them to live, to take care of themselves. But me personally, I don't care what you got or what you got going. It's mostly with me. I mean, I'm just giving you an example. I had a girlfriend recently. I moved her in with me. I always tell her, keep the house clean. Keep the dishes done.
I'm paying the bills. At least keep the food.
That's how I was raised. So I don't care about how much money you got. You can come with nothing. Long as you're doing what you're supposed to do as a woman. Because that's how I was raised. I watched my grandma do the same thing for her. Cook, clean, never work. Come in the crib with the chick. That's how I always.
I got you.
I don't really care about the financial thing because I want to be straight regardless.
And I'm gonna tell you the only reason why I'm saying that it's a factor as you age, as you get older.
I'm pretty sure.
You think he gonna change his mind 5 years?
Because you will, because you start looking at things like, for example, I use me, right? So I've been single forever or whatever. So when it's my time, see, things have happened for me. Everything I've done has been all me. This book is all me. I copy it. I did everything. Let's just say I become a best-selling author. Make all this money off of it. I already own a house, so when women start factoring in, I have to have these conversations. Because
why you with me now? Like
if she is bad with money, that could be a motive to you just coming to take what I got. So you gotta have these conversations because you need to see what her mind is. You can have all the money and stuff, but you gotta have that discussion.
Girl, you over here quiet. You just soaking it all in. What you got to say, John?
I mean, y'all have y'all views on it, whatever the case may be, but I just feel like you put yourself in certain rooms, there's just certain things that just won't happen. So if I'm attracted to this type of woman, their financial situation won't bother me, or it won't happen at all. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like
that's what I mean.
So Yama say you say that now, but you my age, so Yama, so you still thinking
I'm saying that I'm about my money, about my family. If she ain't about to, we ain't even finna.
Okay, so you already dating the bud. I got you.
Like this, like say you have a dinner, right? So I'm go to your dinner, right? It's these type of people at this dinner. So this is my crowd. I'm not gonna be at what's the club in Monroe?
Vibes.
I'm not gonna be at Vibes.
I got
you. Be at your gala.
So
this is this type of people I'm around. So that won't happen. Now 21-year-old me, I really couldn't think about it and stuff like that. But now it's the crowd. So she ain't even gonna be able to the house.
That's a good example. That's a good example because that's pretty much what you're saying. You treat the relationship like that. You put yourself with people that are like-minded. You attract. You know what I'm saying?
You get a ratchet, you want you
gonna attract a gala woman or you gonna attract a
vibe? It doesn't matter to me because I'm gonna take care of me regardless.
It does matter. You won't talk to nobody that had a past.
No, I'm not saying it like that.
Talk to the vibes woman.
That's what I'm saying. Like he just said the best thing ever. You get what you get. You know what you live. You learn.
Attract what you like.
You pay attention. So I guess we say super coordinate. I know what this is. I know what this is about. Beautiful Keisha? I know the differences. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't give my all to super freak Courtney. When I know beautiful Keisha right here with a head on the shoulders. Because most people you attract, or I ain't gonna say attract, most people you like or care or see, you already be knowing, about them. Like I never just. You can randomly say, "Oh yeah, look at Keisha, woo but you know her. You know what she gonna come with. You know about her. That's the person you like. Now, if I just meet this girl on the other hand, who I just know, they say she get around. So now
y'all listen to somebody like your mom. Let me ask you something. I don't know if y'all relationship with your mom, but I know a lot of men. Like my husband's really close to his mama. And would you want somebody like I feel like I want somebody like would you want your mom to be?
My mom came with a past, so I really wouldn't.
But her qualities, she might be.
Today she's the perfect mother. Like,
would you want your today woman to be like your mama today?
Yeah, like today she's more mature.
Of course,
She had a past, So it's like my mother did drugs. So I didn't get to meet her, get to be with her until I got older. And then when I got older, that's why now she take care of all her grandkids. Because she's making up for the lost times. So I love her to death today. I just can't speak older when I was younger. Because I didn't know what was, I was younger. But today, I love her to death. She got a credit score, like you just said.
Yeah.
Got her own house made from the ground up. Got 2 or 3 cars in the garage.
Yeah, mama
got
doing
all
it.
like, you know, living the best life.
Yeah.
And I love that for her.
Yeah.
So,
would you want somebody like you? Would y'all look for quality?
Definitely, be humble. Like a long way.
Well, I thank you, men. Anything before we go, you know, I want to hear the last remarks from, you know, me and Young been kind of talking, John been kind of quiet, man been trying to throw shade, and I'm just playing. But, you know, any last remarks, you know, y'all, I want y'all to cop my classmate book, you know, what is it again, Yummy? How much is it?
$20.
$20. Yeah, give me one. I'm gonna pre-order today.
Yes.
Y'all make sure y'all get it. Are you doing a book signing, bro?
Yes, I'm gonna get it set up soon, and I'll drop that info.
Yeah. When is the book signing?
I've gotta find out the date.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, make sure you let me know. Any last remarks? I'm gonna go around the table before we go. I appreciate you all. Any last thing you want to let the people know, the audience know?
Well, I'm just gonna say this to my fellas. You know, it's okay to cry. It's okay to say you're not okay. It's okay to show emotions. All right. You don't have to keep that stuff in. You know, you see it all the time on social media. Men don't express because women don't want to listen. You don't always have to express to a woman. That's the key. The key is to express, not to express to a particular. You know, you can go to therapy for that.
Yeah.
You know, if you need to express to a woman, find a woman therapist. You don't have to get a woman in your life and express that. You can express it to men, women, or whatever you need to express it to. Me personally, I'll express it. John knows more than anything that I'll cry in a minute.
Yeah.
You know.
It's okay to cry, basically.
Yeah. You know, nickname. All my partners know. I'm the one that cry. I'm the one that show emotions, to get emotional and stuff like that. And I'm not ashamed of that. You know. And it might be why I was able to handle what I went through the way I handled it, because I've always been open to be like that. You know, I've had John tell me all the time that, you know, he piggybacks off of how I, you know, act, and it helps him sometimes. You know, and it probably helped others too. But I'm just gonna encourage that. I'll encourage that every time, whatever platform I'm on, wherever I'm at, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm open about everything like that.
Mental health is John, you gonna talk now, cause John, you just been over here like the body going. John, what's your closing remarks before we close?
Man, just gotta let everybody know, at some point in their life gonna hit hard.
Yeah,
it's gonna
that's
hit
true.
hard.
Yeah,
just keep going.
Yeah.
You know, suicide rate, especially for black men, is skyrocketing.
Yes.
Find you somebody to talk to.
Yeah. Men, I'm sorry, I do apologize for cutting you off, but you said something really good. Women, we cope. You know, and man said earlier in the previous episode, he stated that, you know, he coped with taking Percocet because he just gave up.
Yeah, I remember that.
Men, women, we actually like say we want to kill ourselves. Men actually commit suicide. You agree? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. So find somebody to talk to, and please get therapy.
Yeah.
It ain't don't be ashamed to get therapy. Therapy saved my life.
You know, just having
after my mom passed, I know.
You needed it. Yeah. How did that make you feel?
It helped out.
You still have a therapist?
No, I'm finna get back just because it's still.
Yeah.
I tell him all the time I haven't dealt with it yet, so I'm still in my denial. Like, and I didn't think it would last that long. You know, 3 years in the hole. But but I always pick up the phone, call somebody, lean on somebody. Don't be afraid to tell somebody you're doing bad.
Yeah.
But just keep fighting.
And you said something really good. Lean on. I love that. And Yummy said the same thing. You need to find it, even if it's not a therapist. That person that you gotta get it out. I don't care if you using, get it out. You know. So yeah.
It doesn't have to be. And I understand what men are saying when they say they can't express to women, because women do have it bad with throwing it back in your face.
Yeah.
When you express. So I understand that logic of it, but what I'm saying is, don't let it have to be a woman that you express to, man. Find you a person, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say go to therapy. Go to professional help first before you start expressing it to those around you. Because when you go in professional help, you protect it. Mm-hmm. You see, if I was in a session with you, Keisha, they not in here, whatever I tell you, it ain't going to leave these walls because I'm protected. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if I step out there and talk to man, and tell him the things I told you, he could go tell the big three, or he could go tell whoever, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And now it's not so much, but I've expressed it, but it's out there, you know what I'm saying? So I always tell men, man, go get you some professional help first, and get the feeling that like John did. You know, I encourage that with him. Get the professional help first. See how it helps you. Then you can start it branching off. You know, we don't always have to lean. We want to lean on women because we want to be vulnerable with them. You know, sometimes we want to cry so that they can just pamper us. You know, stuff like that. Like when I ain't gonna lie, when my mama died, women were like, oh yeah, I'm sad. Come home me. You know what I'm saying? Come home me.
John, you said you had a therapist. How long did you do therapy? Was it like a period of time?
I would leave in when I was coming to Grambling State. I'd leave for an hour, go over there, help out. It just when season got moving and stuff, I wasn't able to go to her.
So you thinking about reconsidering?
I gotta go back. Yeah. Because it's I told him today, I'm an open book.
And then this month, golly, this is the month she had.
Yeah. So he'll call. I went and gave blood today or whatnot, and she was in the chair. The last time that I was in this particular room, Mom was sitting right there in that chair, and I told him early. I said, I looked, and that's why I know I need therapy. I have not grieved at all.
And when you say grieved, I cried.
I cried that night.
Or is it in the metrics? I know we about to end, but does that make your how's the relationship with interacting with people, females per se?
You can say people. Since she been gone, she was my
confidant.
Before I could even say anything, hey, pray about it. But I ain't even said nothing.
Yeah, she already felt that mama instinct.
So when mama gone, that's why I keep quiet. I told them that too. Like I have a short fuse now, and it's they say that you had this angry period. My period been still going on, but I have internalized all the anger. So like I have not. I told her I don't want to ever snap on nobody because I'm tore up inside, so I just stay quiet, which ain't helped at all. Yeah,
I'm glad you saying that, man. They need to hear this, especially from men, because we always talk about. I love having men, cause we women, we naturally we talk. We gonna talk and express ourselves. We emotional creatures, but just to hear men saying that they need therapy and open to it, and man, that just says a lot. And I appreciate you for being honest and saying that you still need it, and things that we need to hear, because there's somebody else listening to you all day and saying the same thing. Like, man, I need therapy, but admitting it. We too prideful. Well, men, not women. You all too prideful, as you stated, or fear being judged, right? Yeah.
I had that moment. I had that early on before I really got into the importance of therapy. Like, man, I ain't talking to nobody. I ain't
sit down.
Everything is always all good. But now I talk about it so much. I be feeling okay because I do talk about it. I didn't talk about it with my mom because you don't want to feel like you putting your burdens off on people and stuff like that. You might even feel like they don't understand because they not going through it. Nobody, if you ain't went to sit at a hospital with your mom every day, you not gonna understand that struggle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Watching them smile one day and then the next day they ain't barely waking up. You think that moment they hit then. It was just they was that sick. To the point where the last stretch where they not speaking at all because they pretty much gone. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I didn't want to talk about it then because, like I said, man, nobody would have understood it in that moment, all they could, because you was gonna hear that, and you gonna hear that a lot. I don't know what you going through, but I'm here for you. Yeah, you hear that? You know what I'm saying? You gonna hear that a lot. And it's comforting to a sense, but it's not, because it's like, man, you don't know what I'm going through, and there ain't really nothing you can do to help me because what I'm going through, you haven't experienced it, so you can't be here for me except support-wise, where you could just say it's going to be okay, and that's fine. I'm cool with that, you know what I'm saying? But that's why professional help is important, so that you can touch on those things, you know what I'm saying? Because people do look at you funny with the way you grieve and stuff. Whether it's not just death, man. You can grieve a relationship, the loss of friends, tragic events, traumatic traumas. But people really have in their head that you should grieve a certain way.
That's it. In a time frame.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is he laughing so much and he just lost his mama? Or why is man still cracking jokes and he was just shot? He must not be too hurt. Yeah, he hurt. Yeah. It hurt bad. It burned him. You know what I'm saying? But that laughter it takes away the pain for 10 seconds of laughter. So why not? You know, you don't always have to cry and be sad when you're going through stuff. You know, your grieving is your grieving, you know. I understand it, and if whatever you want to do, if you want to cry, I've said it earlier, if you want to cry, you want to laugh, you want to play the game, you want to vent, you want to go in the room and cuss loud, whatever it is that floats your boat to heal, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at that or whatever. Like,
I appreciate that, Yum and John. And the last but not least, the man of Arcadia, Big Three. Any closing remarks? You know, like I said, he was on here earlier, but he shared a lot of good nuggets that, especially from the young generation. But any closing remarks? I appreciate that. Just to seeing it, hearing us, actually being around him, man. I've seen him just out of man. He's got great energy. He's all what he said, and I feel that. So. Thank you so much. Any closing remarks that you want people to know, or anything you want to touch on?
What they were just saying, like mental. Like, cause I go through it still today. You know, it don't get no better for me. Because I keep having to go to the hospital. I keep having it. And just a couple of years ago, I don't know if you remember or not, he reached out to me and told me, hey, I'm here if you want to talk. I got a little thing going for me and come. I still never went because it's like...
it took you a long time to respond to me, but I didn't even know you was in the hospital when I was reaching out. So I was like, man, I feel so bad. I told my husband, man, I reached out to him, asked him. I just saw him because he was posting on Facebook. Didn't even know what all was going on with him, you know. And I was just, golly, you know, but I didn't know. I knew of him, but I didn't know the seriousness of what he was dealing with. So, man, I'm just so grateful that had to sit down with you because he definitely needed to share his testimony. He said he don't know why God, and I told him earlier before you guys got here, he don't know why God why this happened to me, God? God got you for a purpose. You're supposed to be dead. You twice.
He say that all the time. If you follow him, if you read, but see, you gotta be a person like that. See, I read between the lines. I don't be laughing when he be posting those posts about how he feeling emotionally and stuff about it. I understand what he's going through mentally with that, so I analyze. You know, you gotta get that understanding. Like, man, this man is dealing with heart issues. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say 11% of your heart beat?
11%.
You see what I'm saying? So how do you focus and not, you know, feel that's a cry for help? You know what I'm saying? That
he mentioned earlier that sometimes, and correct me if I'm wrong, he said that he's scared to go to sleep at times. You know, he stay up all night.
It's a traumatic thing.
I can feel that.
Just a couple of nights ago, just sit up all night, just looking at the walls. Like, just scared. Because, you know, that can happen. Then, especially when the doctor telling you, like, be careful, because you can just fall dead at any moment. Your heart not strong enough.
So can you get excited? Is it good for you? Like, when I say get excited, look for is angry. Do they tell you stay calm?
They tell you all that. No stress, no nothing. Because your heart is, you know, weak. I just went to a checkup last week, and they told me the same thing. Like, it ain't got worse or it haven't got better. You're just in the same spot. But
can it be? I don't know if this can your heart level get up? Like, and what's the normal rate of a heartbeat? 30. I said
32%. 32%.
So is it any way to get closer or build up? Is that a good question?
They told me that basically in the next 3 months, if it don't get any better, I'm gonna have to try to hit the heart transplant list. So
did this a result from the shootings?
No,
this is natural health. Okay. So you
already just I didn't know that. Okay.
With a heart murmur. So, like I said, the last time I just went, they were just telling me they're gonna give me till October. I want to say.
This is monitor,
and if it don't do anything, it's still the same.
How long you have to be on the wait list? How long they say that lasts?
I haven't made it there for yet.
Oh well,
so they put the pacemaker in me now to keep it, you know, at a certain level. If something happened, and got me on the, you know, the pills, 4 or 5 pills a day. So, but October, I know, you know, what's next in my life by October.
So
that's why I say I'm just.
But he did say something. He said something earlier that stuck out, and I think he still would say agree. Enjoy life.
Enjoy life. Because you don't know when it's never gonna come to an end. You won't know.
And having said, that's why I finished this book. You know, all the things. Me and my mom had a stretch before she completely went down to where her mind was, and all. We had a stretch and we talked about every single thing that I wanted to do, and she was on me because I would never do it. You know what I'm saying? I would tell her all these ideas. She's like, "Why you not doing it?" So once she,
I'm not just saying because if y'all been sharp, I've been knowing you out like in school. He been just crazy, but goofy and childish, but he been sharp,
so
intelligent.
And that's what she was saying. She was like, "You got all these great things and stuff," and I'll tell her, I'll say, "Well, Mom, I don't do it because everybody, wants you to be a certain way in this area for jobs and all this. Like, I can't really be young and maintain my livelihood." You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know I'm funny and stuff. So if I wanted to be a comedian, they would be like, "Oh, you too old.
So how do you feel before we get ready to close? Think people will take you serious?
Well, so with the book, everything is by design. Everything I do is intentional. You know what I'm saying? So
come on now, Pastor Young.
Like you said, I'm sharp. Like, I created this title and this cover because this is all me. And if you know me, this is me. They're gonna look at this and think it's Joe. He wrote a book about polygamy. I might mention polygamy 1 or 2 times.
But that, the book, which would say Georgia book by its cover.
So when you say,
when I saw, I was like, wait a minute, now, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? And
that caught my attention.
So when I posted it today in my stories, and people was hitting me up, wait, like, you serious? I was like, when they seen the actual book, I'm posting my flyer and stuff, and they like looking like, "Oh, there go young," but when they saw that, they like, "Wait, you serious? You was for real?" Yeah, I was for real.
I remember you. I was for real because you told me a couple years ago.
It's about. Then I tell people it's about. I'm a person of balance. I can play all day. I can be serious when I need to be. I can take my job. Everything like I tell them, I ain't never walking in a job. I lighten the mood when they call for it work, but I'm never walking in a job playing. Like, I'm walking in there to do my job. You know what I'm saying?
How you did look? I was playing now.
Nah, yeah, we got definitely. That's on another episode. We definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
Even then, though, I didn't walk in playing. You know what I'm saying? I walked in with a plan and stuff like that in my head.
It was season, just timing,
Yeah. And but I showed like the balance. Like, I play all day. Like, when people found out about my mom, I played so much, you didn't even know that was going on. But when it happened, it was time to get serious for me. It's a change of pace and flow. Yeah. Whatever's going to bring me, whatever these things that I'm going to do is going to bring me money, I'm for it. I don't care about.
And everybody being, and it all y'all just authentic, and it's just something like really crazy because that's how you attract people when you being yourself. You come in being mad and people hearing because it's your truth. You talking about your book is your truth. You talking about you being honest, stating that, man, I still need counseling. That's people gonna respect you being your truth. You can't go around here trying to be.
And we can run all day. I'm trying to. That's the thing.
Yeah, we're in the 10 times like a pastor.
That's the thing that bothers people the most, though. Authenticity bothers people.
Yeah.
It bothers people that I won't change from or conform to your views or your rules or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And people embrace it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They hate that I can be yummy and I can go at my job. You know what I'm saying? I do everything, LaShawn. I do everything like I'm supposed to. But once these people find out my nickname, I'll never hear my first name again. Yeah. So really, what's the point of? I might as well put Yummy on my resume. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
Somebody will put band over here.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like.
I was like, what's your name?
And they don't do it. When they find out and see how you are, they play to that. And in these places, it's people that don't like that. They like, why you with them? Why you talking with him all the time? All he do is laugh and play. Yeah. But you mad all the time. You see what I'm saying?
He's real. He himself.
Yeah, I ain't changing. I'm not sitting up here acting like when I'm not the guy that's gonna sit at work. Something simple and act like I don't drink when I'm out the clock.
Man, let me tell y'all something. Look, we about to go, but I'm gonna say this right here. You said something so real because just kind of piggyback what you said about you not like, man, when I started Lapaz Lounge, y'all, let me tell you, I was nervous. You get what I'm saying? And I was getting so many ideas because I got, me. If anybody know me, I'm gonna execute some things. I got some things in play. I got people lined up that I'm trying to get in play, like major people. And I was hearing people like, I'm a mental health substance abuse counseling agent. I've been doing this for 16 years, but I've been a business owner for 8 years. However, people's like, well, you watch this this podcast, have them some drinks, have some wine. No, you know, Lapaz, it means peace. Yeah. You know, this is what I do. It's a safe, this, and it's authentic. My business, my podcast, this is not the ratchetness. It's me, you know, because if anybody know, Keisha, you made a statement one day at your house, and you can be ratchet up here. I'm still myself. But this, I set the tone because this is a safe space for conversation, it's counseling, and we growing. You know, and we ain't got to sit up and have drinks.
That doesn't make
sense. That ain't me.
Because this is your podcast is based on your business.
Yeah.
So if I ain't walking in there to come see your business and you ain't got a cup in front of you when you got to.
You ain't gonna take me serious.
Well, I'ma sit here and think you gonna have a cup in your podcast. That's what's wrong.
Yeah. So when people try, you know, like I said about your book.
That's understanding. Yeah. That's understanding your environments and stuff like that, changing when you need to change. See, if you at home hosting a party, you can have your stuff, but why would
I'm still myself. You know, my podcast.
You never change.
People see I in my podcast. This is a safe space. But I'm me. Anybody know me? Anybody know I love God? I'm gonna talk God. I'm gonna throw him in there somewhere. I love God. I haven't done anything. I can't. This podcast is busy. Everything I have accomplished. I'm not gonna take credit for none of it. It was all God. However, I'm myself on my podcast. I'm still I still got a sense of humor. I still bust a freestyle in a minute. I'm a freestyle queen. You know, tell them, I'm a freestyle queen. I'm a freestyle queen. But but it's another side of me. But I still make this a safe space of conversation, and and it's just always good to sit down and listen to my men and people come in and people jump in my inbox all the time. Hey, I want to be on your podcast. At first, I was trying to make my podcast. I need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do. And I'm like, I was getting discouraged. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do this because the people. It's small now,
right.
But just check me out next couple of months.
It's only good because it's a lane for that.
Yeah.
The thing is that's why everybody want to do the lane that they trying to tell you to do. Let's have a podcast with a bunch of liquor, some ratchetness. Now you come holler at Young for that part. Come to my podcast. We gonna drink and do all that and stuff. But like something like this, a lane we talking about mental health and more on the fun but serious side.
And being yourself.
We talking about mental health and trauma and stuff, and we sitting in here drunk. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Are you coming to and this means peace?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we drunk. Now we found on the table. I'm laughing. Now I'm doing stuff that I talked about. I'm laughing at man talking about getting shot in his butt and stuff. So you gotta people gotta understand, man. They don't.
New era, I keep telling you, it's all about the world is not serious anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
The world is not serious anymore.
It's not. And I'm the problem. I'm part of the problem.
Again, thank you, John. Thank you, John, for joining Lapaz Lounge. You all make sure you get on Man of Arcadia, man. Just follow him right now. He had a lot of jewels. Caught my classmate Boog, as I stated. John, he's also mentoring and speaking about a lot of men mental health. He's knowledgeable about that. He's an advocate for that. Both of you all are. So thank you all for joining Lapaz Lounge, and you will see us. You gonna see me, man. I'm gonna speak this over my classmate, man. Y'all finna be top author, because man, I appreciate that, man. This man gonna live another 10 more years just to tell his testimony, and he gonna be continuing to speak into many men's life. So we just thank you all for joining Lapaz Lounge, and we see you next time. Bye.